Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark and I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2009 Hyundai i30 Wagon this afternoon. Start at the front of the car and shows you how good a condition the vehicle's in. A couple of very minor little stone chips on the front bumper bar there, which is probably to be expected with the age of the car. But overall, Juco's in really good condition. As we come around the right hand side, you notice we do have indicators in our exterior mirrors as well. The tyres are in excellent condition. I would think 15-inch tyres, probably 90% tread on the tyres all round. And as we come down the right hand side of the car, the Juco presents very similar to the front of the car in really good order. Not really a scratch on the driver's side coming all the way down, so really good example of this particular year and model motor car. As we move around to the rear of the car, a little bit hard to see because they are colour coded from factory. We do have reverse sensors already fitted to this car, so a very good safety factor. And once again, a little bit of chrome running through the tailgate and appears, as does most of the car all round so far, in really good order. Even when we come down the passenger side of the vehicle, presents, you know, for a car that's touching on 5 years old, you'd certainly look at it and say, you know what, it doesn't even look that old, it's in such good condition. So this gives you a really good example of the exterior of the car, and you know, I'm going to take you through the entire car, inside and out, and talk about a few of the additional features. Okay, now we move under the bonnet and just run through a few important statistics for you here. Little 2-litre 4-cylinder motor. It is double overhead cam. Do notice that the bonnet rod's tucked away on the actual bonnet itself, just right out of the way of everything. Just tuck it into the holder there, and as you can see, well elevated, really easy to you know, get to anything if you ever need to check your levels. As I mentioned, 2-litre motor does give you 103 kilowatts of power. The beautiful thing about this being a nice compact little wagon, 7.7 litres combined per 100 k's, so that's super economy. Will give you in excess of 688 kilometres to 1 tank of unleaded fuel. So, you know, really economical motoring. All right, we'll move back around to the tailgate now, and a few things just to touch on here. You know, it's just a really simple release on that pneumatic button on the tailgate, and it just takes itself all the way up out of our way. Car is fitted with a cargo barrier, so if you've got anything in the back or you know, anything of substantial height, you know, your occupants are protected. Also has the factory cargo blind, so if we want to keep everything hidden from view when we've got it stored in there, if you've got your, you know, all your gold nuggets stored in there, they're covered, nobody can see them. Another thing to touch on with the car, you know, we're living in an age of where a lot of cars have space saver wheels, so really good to see that in the Hyundai, full-size spare, and it's never been actually on the car. Brand new tyre, and as I say, full size. Okay, so now we're in the inside, or on the inside? Well, we're here anyway. Starting on the driver's armrest, we've got all our power window controls and our power mirror controls at the front. You've got a manual lock-unlock button and also your isolation button for the electric windows. Also, you do notice one other extra button here just to fold your outer mirrors in. Really good feature to have when you're in shopping centre car parks, because obviously in this day and age, people will bump them or break them and they won't leave you a note to say sorry. On the front section here, you do notice this car has been fitted with aftermarket cruise control, so you've got the little indicator there, which will just tell you if it's on or off, or more so it is active. You can turn the stability protection off if you need to, and you do have a brightness control for the lighting on your dashboard. As we move into the steering wheel section, you do note the car's running and we've got both factory keys, very important as well. We move to the steering wheel now, just put it back into its normal position. This is tilt and reach adjustable, the steering wheel, so you can actually set yourself up to where you're really comfy. Yep, no, that's me right there. Lock it back into position just by the lever on the steering column and you're good to go. Really good illustration on the dashboard. You notice beautiful bright blue indicators of mileage travelled. Really low Ks, this car, 58,000 kilometres, so you know, it certainly shows you why when we're looking at the quality of the car. As I mentioned, aftermarket cruise control fitted just down on your right hand side of your steering wheel. All of our indicators and wipers standard. Move into the centre section now, and our multi-function screen gives us the outside temperature, the time of the day. Obviously we just get ourselves set up onto the radio, AM, FM, CD, auxiliary there as well, which we'll touch on shortly, and then all of our air conditioning and heating controls here. We do actually have the air conditioning running as well, but once again, it's like the fact we've got the car running, you can't really hear anything except me. A little storage compartment there in the centre. Does have the facility of an ashtray, which obviously has never been used. We'll touch on why when we look at the service history, which is a good thing. A couple of 12-volt outlets down the bottom there as well, another little storage compartment. Then we come back into just our T-bar, just to select what gear we're in, obviously 4-speed auto. You would have heard that beep. Just as we touched on earlier, does have reverse sensors fitted. So back into park, our handbrake is normal, cup holders there in the centre. And as I mentioned, just with your stereo, important to note just inside the console lid here, USB, iPod and auxiliary outputs there. Okay, so we've got all the, you want to plug the iPod in and go crazy with your own music, the facilities there. Important to note while we're sitting in the interior that we're really safe in this car because we've got front, side and curtain airbags. So you can have the peace of mind that the occupants inside the car are extremely safe, which is a good thing. And just touching on, as I mentioned, definitely a non-smoker's car. It was actually owned by Anglicare Victoria in Collingwood near the city. So it certainly, that would have not have been allowed being a company car. Another really important thing to note, we're sitting inside a car that is still currently under new car warranty and will be still under new car warranty until the end of this year. Service history is very good. Probably just one service in particular where they went a little bit over the 15,000 kilometre interval, but apart from that, all the servicing's up to date. Now, the last service in the books was at 51,000 kilometres, and even though it's not technically due, we've even done an intermediate service on the car because we are extremely particular about the way we prepare our cars. So just in wrapping up, a great example of a 2009 Hyundai i30 wagon. A few key points to touch on: 7.7 litres per 100 k's, so over 688 k's to a tank of fuel. Front, side and curtain airbags, 4-star ANCAP safety rating, 4.5-star greenhouse rating. So extremely user-friendly car as far as from the environment goes. Fitted with cargo barrier, cargo blind. A lot to like about the car. Represents really good value. New car warranty till the end of this year. So if you've got any further questions, feel free to give us a call, 9907 0555, and we'll just stop that car over there, please, so that it's not too noisy. So make sure you give us a call. Represents great value. Thanks again.